and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is on what is the karma for the narcissist. So this could be a narcissist that you've known in your life, the past, or a current narcissist in your life. But nonetheless, this is about what is the karma for the narcissist. And there's people with very narcissistic traits, but then there's people that have full-blown NPD, right? So it's kind of, I guess, it's sort of a continuum. But this is like a reading for people that are veering towards that NPD diagnosis, whether or not they are fully have the 5 out of 9 characteristics, or they're pretty close to that, if that makes any sense. But I guess I'm not diagnosing anyone, but this is for entertainment purposes only. All right, let's start pile number 1, karma for the narcissist in your life. We've got the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. Interesting. To have those two, it's very noteworthy to have those two different, because they're kind of different. Where the King of Cups is emotional and one is physical. So let's see what other, okay. Oh, and then the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. There's a lot of emotion going on. Then we've got blue for emotion. So let's see, what else are we going to have? Ace of Wands. And so I'm getting that there's this point, and then a 10 of Pentacles. So interesting. So I'll move these over so you can see all these cards. So it's like, it's really interesting that we've got two, side by side, two cup card, which is all about emotional. So my sense is that this person is no longer, okay, now I'm getting it. The karma for this person, they're a very heavily emotional manipulator, and they're no longer able to have that power, because they are very much a emotional manipulator, and they almost prided themselves on sort of getting people's emotional access codes and basically traumatizing people, and basically, and they like doing sort of mind games as it comes to mind. But it's something about, I'm hearing there's different things going on here, but the karma for this person is that people are no longer giving them their emotional access codes. They revert completely. So this person, they're used to having a lot of emotional energy or emotional energy from people, but people, it's like all of a sudden, I'm seeing this, it's like it's almost happening on a lineup. They're just like, no more. And it's something to do with, people are like, no more. And it's something to do with the current energies. I'm thinking that people are leveling up to new timelines that this person is not welcome in. That's what I'm hearing. People are leveling up in this, and this person wants to be a part of everybody's lives. As I'm hearing with 10 of Pentacles, but it's kind of like they can no longer be, and it's kind of like they're kind of like, this is all I get. Like they're almost like, they're very almost feeling petty, like this is all I get. Is just this, and they feel sorrow, and then sorrow came out. Sorrow, and then let's see, sorrow, and so from the bottom here, and hate. It's quite because I'm hearing quite point blank that people are growing to hate this person because this person has really violated their boundaries. This could be emotional boundaries. It could even be worse. But this person has violated their boundaries. Fear and hate. Interesting. This is crazy. This is why I like using different decks. This is one of my favorite decks right here. It's a little expensive, but someone gave it to me. So, and then the Gypsy Oracle deck. So look at the words that are coming up here. Hate, sorrow, fear, and violate. So my sense is this person, there's a sense of this person violating people, their boundaries in various ways, or their sense of self, or even in very small cases, their possessions even. In some cases I'm hearing them sort of taking people's possessions, but that's that's a very small amount, or the monetary possessions. That it's more emotional boundaries. It's more like, and it's kind of like this person, hate, fear, and so people are feeling, I was thinking, did they hate it? And I'm like, yes, they hate it, but it's like other people hate them even more. And it's like they don't understand why they can't have people's emotional access codes. And they're feeling fear, and other people fear them as well. But this person feels sorrow because they feel They feel like the Page of Pentacles, and they want to continue. It's like they want to continue to have the luxury of being the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Cups, like very egotistical, right? Because this is obviously a very narcissistic reading, so of course it's going to be egotistical. Wait, and this person is almost saying like, just you wait, but it's like, wait for what? It's like this person, they're delusional. They let's see, intimidate. So I'm hearing they want to intimidate people into submission to them again, but they can't do it because people have grown very, very, very weary of them. That's what I get. People have grown very, very weary, and it's like they want to intimidate. They want to use all the tools in their hat or something. For some reason, a hat comes up. A hat is a bit pain, but people are tired of the pain of this person using their, yeah, and they almost feel in some cases like a mischievous child. Like, and it's not all of them, because in all of the people who pick this pile, the narcissist, but in some cases I see this person like kind of stealing people's possessions and sorrow. So there's a lot of sorrow to kind of like this person to everybody, but it's kind of like laughter and stop. Okay, laughter and stop, and it's almost like people like I'm hearing some people, even ghosts on the other side, thinking they're laughing because this person wouldn't stop otherwise until they had this lack of emotional energy sent their way. Like people are no longer, like it feels like an invasive person. I feel someone stealing possessions, but that could, in some very small cases, it's literal, or stealing money, but it's more like stealing emotional possessions, and this person's doing something very spiritually wrong, like stealing, to going over people's boundaries, and it's cause they're almost bored, and this person feels like the victim. I'm hearing this person, which is very ironic, because a lot of times narcissists feel like the victim, but it's kind of like the universe wants this person to recognize their self-defeating behavior, but all I can hear is more, more, more. Why don't you give me more, 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 more? And I'm hearing that people are either hiding from them or they're fighting this person. And they're not used to, they're kind of used to people hiding from them, but now it's like, instead of hiding from them, which made this person kind of feel superior, people are actually fighting this person too. Like people are actually deciding that they've had enough, and they're basically hiding from this person. And it's like money and something about, and I got money, this person's stealing money. I just see this from a young woman, so they may be looking for what exactly is that? New targets, I'm getting the sense it's almost like they want the old people in their life to have new blood or something. Like they're looking for money. So yeah, in some cases this is a thieving person for money. In some cases, sweetheart and young woman. So they may. What exactly are they trying to do? This is the collective reading, so not everything's gonna resonate, but it's kind of like they might be trying to sweet talk people into doing what they want. Yeah, wife, young woman, sweetheart. And I'm here. Okay, what I mean for that is that their spouse, whether the spouse is male or female, whether the spouse is male, it's not having it anymore, and the person's like, it's almost sending them, like saying no more, or you have to go to a psychiatrist. And then this person, it's almost like the more people try to keep this person in line, because this feels like a very mischievous boundary breaker, and I have this feeling of a person going in prison right there, but it's kind of like petty crimes in some cases. I see them kind of snatching heirlooms from someone's home, but that's not going to resonate for everyone, for their own sort of mischievous, almost like a mischievous child in some cases. And it's like, and it's not all of them, but it's kind of like, yeah, thief. That thief came out, and then death. So this person needs to know, and it's almost like this person will justify these bizarre reactions, and they kind of, in some cases, they're a pleasure seeker that will go after pleasure at other people's expense. That's what they'll do. They're a pleasure seeker that will go after other people's expense. They're really a weird weird energy. Let's see what else. What is this person's karma? What else is their karma? This narcissistic person's karma. This person feels bent. Yeah, okay, so to feel permanently gloomy. I got 6 on the top. To feel... But it's like they've caused gloominess to other people, and now they feel permanently gloomy and everything. And yeah, and then to feel like a clown too. They feel like a clown. It's almost like they tried to make other people feel like the clown all along, but it's like all along they were the clown. And then feeling very... Okay, then we've got, yeah, the Grim... This kind of came together. The Grim Reaper. Watching out Grim Reaper. And feeling... What's the right word for it? The Grim Reaper. Feeling very alone. And alone... I'm hearing at the end of their life... If this is an older narcissist, feeling alone at the end of their life. Whereas they wanted to feel empowered. They wanted to go out with a bang. But they've really... feel alone, and they feel the lack of power, and then they wanted to feel power, but yet they feel alone, and they feel and it's comes from this person has really gotten really sidetracked from themselves, and they may have some entity attachments, and then what else? And then emotions. That's so interesting. Those 2 cards came out. So tell me more about this person's emotional karma. Tell me about this person's emotional karma. Let's see. Burdened. They feel burdened, but not in the way that you would think. It's a kind of a different kind of burden. They feel burdened by the things that they can't have. It's not burdened by worry, but it's like they feel burdened by the things that they can't have. Worry, kind of worry. Yeah, it just feels like this person, yeah, they worry for the things they can't have and the things they can't take. This person, they definitely feels very pathological. Men, and I'm hearing if it's a man, it's more of the thief. Could be a woman that's a thief too, but it's like, I keep on saying, like, a man that's a thief, but then there's a woman who could be the emotional manipulator. But yeah, it's fascinating because this is a very deeply pathological person, very pathological. Disgrace. And another thing is that something will come to light that will disgrace this person. It could be like something like on tape, even something that might disgrace this person that's on tape. But it's and disgrace, embarrassment, and then boss. So if this person will no longer be the boss, and they'll be disgraced and embarrassed by something, or they're not, something about emotions. They're no longer, maybe this person could be a therapist, a very manipulative. Oh, and then father came out, a man and father came out, a very manipulative therapist, or someone who's putting himself in the position of emotional manipulator. So somebody who's put themselves in the position of emotional manipulator is now going to experience all of that energy directed back towards them. Interesting. So yeah, interesting. And another thing is, I'm hearing people are not having it. People are now not having it. The 4 of Cups. That's their karma. What they really don't like it. They don't like the fact that people are choosing. I think here are 2 of Wands. I'm hearing people are choosing themselves. People are choosing their children, maybe choosing themselves. Their spouse maybe choosing themselves. People are choosing themselves. And this person's baggage, they just does not vibe with the new timeline. It's like people are going around them, are going to this new timeline, and they're attacking this person, and this person takes it personally, but it's not personal. It's just a built up of the energy that the person has sowed over their entire life, and they don't pile number 1. Let's see pile number 2. Okay, the Star, the Hierophant, 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, and 5 of Pentacles. Interesting. The Hierophant and the Star. So, okay, Hierophant, I'll put kind of cover the star right here with the, you know, but let's see. I think I'm going to get a couple of these cards here just to clarify because I'm not immediately knowing what this is. But let's see. Oh, interesting. Oh, Six of Pentacles and oh. Interesting. So there may be an energy of this person feeling that other people owe them. I don't know why. I don't think people owe them, but they feel anxiety because people aren't boast. And then we've got boast too. Let's see. Let's see. 4 from the bottom. I heard 4 from the bottom. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Threat and boast. So something about this person being knocked off their throne and being trapped in a situation where they can't, they feel, I think the word lost, they feel very lost, and they can't have their usual juice, their usual vampire blood is what I'm hearing. Yeah, they can't have that. This feels like it's more of a covert, kind of a woman energy. Not to say it could be a man as well, but it feels like could be a man as well, but it's kind of like they feel very out of sorts in a way that it's hard to even describe it, but they feel threatened by the people around them. They feel threatened. What I'm hearing for threatened is they feel threatened by basically every person. What I'm hearing is they feel threatened by every person in their life. And they feel like retreating, but they can't. We've got retreat. They feel like they want to retreat, but they can't retreat because they're stuck in a spider web. Something about stuck in a spider web. And they're out in the cold. It's like they're being ripped into about 10 different directions, and they simply cannot escape. They can't escape, and they feel sort of usurped by other people with Lord Hierophant, and they feel that people are not playing into their plans like they thought. They're feeling that people are not being what they want them to be, and they feel that people owe them. They owe them some sort of consolation and conversation. Like they feel they're almost not getting, I'm hearing the word emotional nourishment. They're not getting emotional nourishment. It feels like a covert narc that's sort of like, that pretends to be a friend, but it's like they're finding that people are providing with them with many rude surprises. Is what I'm hearing. Something about what? Okay, let's tell me more. Tell me about the rude surprise other people are giving them. Okay, it could be something ending. I'm hearing it's not necessarily a person. There's a grave here. It says widower, but things are ending and people are not, oh my goodness, and another priest. Things are ending. I'm hearing they're finding that the rude surprise is that people are not afraid to end things with them. Like people have their limits and everything. And yeah, people have their limits with them. And I'm hearing this person has a tendency to be very haughty, and other people have been haughty. And I'm hearing one of the things is the conversation. They need this. It's like this person really needs this emotional energy. They feel a covert narcissist vibe, and they really need to be the life of the party. Like they really need other people in a way that people find too much. Like people find this person to be too needy, and they can't. They're just not. And they're not sharing their fortune with them, whatever that is. That okay, gift. They're not giving this person. And being the word "owe" comes up. They feel that people owe. That people owe them, and it's just like, and then they don't. And people are resenting this person. They feel that they're not getting their vampire blood. It just may be like emotional energy. This person may need to like. Basically, yeah, and they may be, I'm hearing a series of emails, and then, and the people are feeling like they basically people are sending like them. I'm hearing people are sending them a series of emails that are like quite like maybe not litigious isn't the right. It could be litigious. Maybe someone's throwing in a lawsuit there, but it's kind of like they're sending people messages of unhappiness and of like almost disgust at this person. And yeah, conversation, or they're having conversations with this person. They're basically yeah, they're basically merchant. And I'm hearing too, like the people that they thought would help them with their business are not doing, because they really need they need people just to like listen to them and basically like listen to them and at nauseum, pleasure seekers. Like it's sort of like this person needs people to be like, it feels like this is a covert narcissist, but they need a lot of social reinforcement, if you will. They need that, like, okay, coming over, let's every week let's start drinking and let's whatever, let's shoot the breeze. They really need people to listen to them and to like sort of gossip. So I'm hearing this person that they're a big I'm hearing backstabbing gossip. Oh yeah, interesting. We've got this almost like backstabbing. It kind of a microphone, a snake, sort of a snake, and then I pulled a snake before I saw it. Interesting, a snake. Like this person's a gossip too. They're very disloyal, and people are just they're not. It's like it's sort of like they're getting an avalanche of this, and they're essentially they're basically, this person almost exposed other secrets, like Three of Pentacles, or somebody who's they're writing something. This person would always, and I'm hiding it there because of YouTube, but it's Three of Pentacles. Somebody's watching somebody there, right? Like they're watching somebody there. So it's like now they're the one, like they like to put other people in the hot seat, to either directly or sort of but through gossip behind people's back, right? So they put people in the hot seat, and basically, and now they're in the hot seat, and they're getting a series of emails I'm getting from people, from women. Maybe this could be, or it might be from women. Oh my goodness, and men. I got woman and men. So they're getting a series of emails. What I'm feeling is that like it's just showing that go. It's like getting the sense woman, men, and go. It's kind of like this like avalanche of energy of like emails in particular, like could be litigious, but it's like, no, I'm not. Either angry emails, or it's either emails tearing this person apart, or it's emails saying no, or emails saying go away from me, or your idea stinks, or something like that. And like, and they're just like, they feel very essentially worried almost about their physical. It's almost like they worry about their physical safety and their health. They're basically they're like, they're almost worrying about, like, the number 6 came up. It's almost like they're worried about, they could be even worried about their children with mother, or even the mother not be something. Mother comes up, so we got male and female and mother. So it's sort of like even, I'm hearing even their mother is turning against them in some cases, or they're worried about their kids, or even their kids are they're seeing their kids exhibiting bratty, foolish, self-centered behavior. I'm hearing the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So they're sort of, they may be seeing their children exhibit negative behaviors and firm. And I'm hearing that people are putting firm boundaries up with this person, and I'm hearing with affection, like they're taking away affection from this person. Like this person has a warped view of affection. Like they almost think affection is constant attention, and it's sort of like people are no longer willing to like lie for this person, or lie to this person, or lie with this person, or lie with this person in like various ways. Yeah. What else? Soldier on. And the person they're soldiering on, they don't like it. Lover. They're kind of, they're forced to almost run to the beat of another person's drum, and they don't like that. And gift. Yeah, something about they're not getting the gifts that they want. And their journey, it's like they're trying to go somewhere else to get the same kind of emotional, I just see this vampire, this image of almost emotional, sucking people dry, and almost like there's people that were faithful to them, and now they're not faithful to them anymore, and it's like they're going everywhere trying to get this sort of, this dynamic of people being their emotional servant is what I hear. As this person is journeying everywhere and to anything in order to be this person's emotional servant. And yeah, that's what I hear. Emotional vampire and wanting people to be their emotional servant. And now they're getting fed up and people are sending them emails from all sorts of directions. Like an avalanche of emails is what I see from different directions. And this person does not like that. Okay, that was pile number 2. Now let's go to pile number 3. Pile number 3. Karma for the narcissist in your life. Past or present. The King of Pentacles. Interesting. It's always interesting when the King comes up in a narcissist reading, which happened in like the other readings too. But it's kind of like, because I kind of want to be the king. But, so the Judgment. I'm hearing judgments against them. 4 of Swords. Knight of Wands. So it's like almost, I'm hearing the word a wealthy playboy is somehow involved in this. They could be a wealthy playboy, or somebody who's somebody who has a lot of money, who seems to be in their side will turn against them. So this person gives me the vibe of somebody who's really dark. And somebody who they think, yeah, this feels like a complex pile. It almost feels like going into like a really dark direction. But it's almost like there's complex layers to this person. They're kind of like, almost like, sorry about that. Almost like I'm hearing like, this person could be like Tony Robbins or something. And that they posture and they pretend to be a certain way. And I'm not saying that all those self-help people are like that, but it's kind of the sense of this person's very pretentious, but somebody who thought, like, it feels like a very dark pile, like somebody could be capable of some pretty dark things. Like I'm hearing like 50 Shades of Grey, that like keeping people in, sort of, no trigger warning, but you know, that kind of like thing, like somebody who's really has a weird dark side. So it kind of takes a turn. It could take a turn away from narcissism to sociopathy. It could be a male figure and who will eventually be disgraced and embarrassed and no longer the boss because they violated people and they caused people a lot of fear and took away their hope, and they were all a lie. It was all, I know that was a lot, but that felt like it was all ordained to come out. But it's kind of like they feel disgraced, and their postures comes up again. Like they basically, they can't posture their way out of this anymore. And I'm hearing that somebody is close to them. Might even be a friend, but somebody in their business. Like they may be, because the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's powerful in business. So it's kind of like somebody who's like, who like they think agrees with their behavior and doesn't, and tries to get them caught. It feels deeply complex, even a little bit darker. And not to say the other two piles definitely had some dark energy, but this is like, it kind of goes in the direction of like I don't know exactly, Hannibal Lecter, 50 Shades of Grey, I don't know exactly, but something, it's almost like this person's capable of like keeping people in basements for a long time or something, but that kind of energy. I don't know if they're able to do that, but it's kind of like appearance, right? So it's they have this particular appearance, and then if someone else, and then a child, maybe this person's child knows what they like, or their family knows what they like, but they're one of those, okay, what do you call those kind of narcissists? Those communal narcissists, or those, what do you call those narcissists where they're like, they look really good to the community, but they do really dark things in the background. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. Like, and the child may know, or it may involve even, God forbid, a child, and it almost involves like really dark. I got the word humiliate, almost really humiliate and shame. It's like almost like this really involves some dark energy. Like this person may have had a lot of childhood trauma. Not that it excuses it, but it's kind of this energy of like, this person has no joy unless they're doing these weird acts. And I don't really want to say what these weird acts are on YouTube, but it's kind of like this person, very two-sided. They have, I'm hearing very two-sided. So like, it's very classic, like communal narcissists look very nice in the newspaper, looking very nice, and then really dark, or it might even be a bank director, or like one of those people who's done something in the community or wants to, or a pastor or a deacon, but then they really do the dark controlling things. So, but it almost defies description. Like, I want to say it's a narcissist, but it's almost like, but I'm hearing it's almost these messages, all these things are happening in the background, and service. Even people this person know are almost turning against them, and somebody who thinks, it's almost like a Trojan horse I see with a gift, and they're going into this, like people are becoming false around this person, and this person may not see it coming, because they're almost like two-faced. And interesting, oh my goodness, child came up, and then there was child that came up. Child that came up again. So it may involve a child. I'm not going to say exactly what that could be, but or maybe that the children know, or that this person should not have a child, or something about their dark behavior may have affected a child, or something, or may have witnessed, or a child may have witnessed it. But it's like, it goes into some really dark. And then boss comes out. This person, I'm hearing this person may be crumbled down because they did some like really deeply spiritual bad things, and they may have grief. And other people may be weary of holding their burden, because some people may know their secret at home. And it's basically they beginning, and it's sort of like the universe is trying to make a new beginning for everybody by bringing this person down. They want to bring this person down, not out of spite, but because they want to create a new beginning for everybody. They're trying to clear the deck, the universal forces, and give people, and they're trying to give people hope, but there's a lot of destruction that feels involved in this situation. It feels very poignant. And it's one of those things, you may not know everything that's going on at first, but some people do, some people don't. But this person, they're very, I'm hearing the word nasty too. They're very nasty. They can be nasty, and I'm hearing they don't feel guilt about it. They almost have a split personality, and I'm not going to diss people who have multiple personalities, because there's nothing wrong with it, but they almost guilt. It's like they don't, I'm hearing very heavily traumatized person. This person, and there's no excuse for their behavior, but it's like they feel very heavily traumatized, that they may have had some really messed up stuff happen to them, and because of that, it kind of split them into this sort of two-faced monster. That's what I'm hearing. But it's still no excuse. They may have experienced a lot of trauma. Yes, they may have done that. But it's like, this person almost feels like a comical villain in some cases. And child came out again. And game. And this person, they've played a lot of games with people, and now people are playing games with them. But it feels really dark. And we've got, the homosexual card. And for some reason, I thought of that. I thought of that serial killer who did stuff with. I don't want to keep this YouTube friendly, but who did stuff with certain people. But I want to keep this YouTube friendly. But it just keeps on going in that dark direction, which I want to keep out of that because of YouTube, right? But it's kind of like this person. They're very much about power and control. And controlling the reflection that they show to other people, like it's kind of like that's maybe what they learned growing up. Not this is any excuse, but they're very much about power and control, and fake. It's like this person doesn't even know what integrity is anymore. It's like they don't even know. They're so demented and lost that they don't even know. Okay, there's a right way to act and there's a wrong way to act. They don't know that, right? They don't they're almost not connecting. They've almost become so spliced that they're not connecting to reality anymore. And I'm hearing of 5 years, and sometimes I pull these out. In 5 years this could all play out. Could play out earlier, could play out later, but if 5 years is what kind of and I'm hearing this person's 10-year game plan. Their game plan will be brought to the end, and it's kind of right at the end. We're kind of right at the edge. So that was, yeah, it feels very dark. I keep on saying that, but what else is their karma? I'm hearing complete spiritual decay, but it's kind of almost what they've been living in. Complete spiritual decay and not being loved by another human for who they are, because how could they when their sense of self is so twisted? How could they be loved when they're so twisted? So yeah, it feels kind of dark. Yeah, but I hear complete spiritual decay. And this person may have even put themselves in a spiritual, psychological role, but they still have complete spiritual decay. So yeah, that's it. And I kind of want to get out of this energy now. So goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope this resonated.